point cut on the Nifty. Let's get our DStreet Chatter going. Nimesh will get us an insight into the dealing rooms as well as some tidbits about individual stocks. Nimesh, first on the market, right? I think this came out of nowhere, the sell-off that we saw today. Any indications on what's happening in the dealing rooms?
So, normally this kind of fall will not give you an indication and then fall, right? I mean, we've been seeing a relentless rally in the broader markets for the last many weeks now, or for that matter, many months now, right? And everybody's been now talking about valuation as a challenge, a bit of concerns. A lot of PMS fund managers are openly talking about not taking fresh money as well. So there was some pocket who was a little discomfort with this kind of one-way rally. Again, today the Nifty is down 200 points, but that's not the story. The story is the broader markets. The mid-cap index is down to more than 2%, 2.5%, so to speak. And there is a big carnage in the broader market stocks. That stocks are down 10, 12, 15%. So that's where the big pain seems to be. And Sonia, for the last few days, the markets was ignoring the flows as well. For the last many days, the constant feedback was there is basket selling in mid-cap names by larger FIs. I mean, markets have been completely ignoring the FI flows and we're only banking on the domestic flows. So I guess that could be one of the explanations as to why we've seen a bit of a correction or a fall, or so to speak, profit booking in the broader markets today. Even in today's trade, the feedback is, Sonia, there is basket selling. Normally we call it as market at close selling in the mid-cap basket at a leading FI. So the cash stocks were getting sold by the FIs, and looks like now the market is taking a cognizant and reacting as well. I haven't found any specific reason for today's fall. There has been a lot of chatter or a rumor as well about some raids on some brokers, some selling by some capitulation for one of the funds and all. But again, that's all hearsay. Very difficult to pinpoint a specific reason for today's fall in the mid cap and small cap. The only reason is for the last many days the markets have been ignoring the fact that the FIs have been selling mid caps aggressively in the last many days. Having said that, while you're seeing profit booking across the board, some bit of green take is visible in the consumption stocks for the second day running. So there is sector churn happening, and consumption has now seen as a bit of a defensive bet for larger FIs. So that's where some bit of buying flow seems to be. But I guess today's big carnage is in the broader markets, and that is something to take a note on. It doesn't look like it can end in a day or two because we've seen a big rally, but that's something which can be a bit of a pain point, at least in the near term, the big pain in the broader markets.
Even after the fall that we've seen today on the mid-cap index, we're still back to levels where we were at the beginning of December. So it's not that it's been a serious correction. It's just about we've erased 10 days of moves on the mid-cap index, and on the Nifty, just about 4 trading days worth of moves has been erased with today's fall. But Nimesh, tell us the stocks that you have on your radar.
Sure. So the first stock on my list today is Taneja Aerospace. In a weak market, especially when the broader markets are down so much, that stock is up 10% and on decent volumes as well. I think the stock has got excited because there is a notice that the board is going to meet on December 22nd for fundraising. But I understand the fund in that fundraise, most likely the promoter entity is likely to infuse fresh capital into the company. So that's something to track in Taneja Aerospace. The second stock is Gujarat Fluoro. For the second or the third day running, that stock is outperforming the broader markets. Even in today's trade, the volumes are on the higher side. Some bit of HN seems to be back on Gujarat Fluoro as well. And potentially there could be some deleveraging as well in Gujarat Fluoro going forward. So that's keeping the stock exciting in today's trade. And the last one is Shriram Pistons. Again, there was a large block in pre-open, nearly 10% equity got changed hands. I understand the German partner was a seller in today's block, but a leading AIF was a buyer, so the disclosures will be quite interesting. A single buyer, which is an AIF, that has bought the entire 10% in Shriram Piston today.
All right, Nimesh, interesting names as always. In a falling market, all these stocks are abuzz, so we'll keep an eye out on developments out there. Just before we slip into a short break, it is 1 minute past 3 p.m. and usually, we do see a move on the Nifty Bank at 3 p.m. on options expiry days, and this move has come on the obverse side, which is the lower end itself. The street was positioned for some support at 47,600, but as the Nifty Bank fell below that 47,600 mark, the fall has accelerated. Now it's closing in towards that 47,530 mark. 47,500 put writers are extremely active. So let's see whether this number, 47,500, acts as a bit of a support in the last half hour or not. We'll keep an eye out on this. Come back, and on the other side, we'll also get chatting with Shibani Sarkar Kurian, who's the Senior EVP and Head Equity Research at Kotak Mahindra AMC.
CNBC TV18, embarking on a quarter century of excellence.
Thank you for watching CNBC TV18. For all the latest news and updates, do follow us on our social media platforms.